Welcome to a video on indices. Firstly, we're going to look at the definition of an indice. So indices represent the product of the same variable. So whether that be a letter or a number. So for the first example we're going to look at, we're going to do the multiple of 5. So in expanded form, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So that's 5 being multiplied by itself 4 times. When we write that as an index form, the base is what we were multiplying by, so that was the 5, and the index is how many times it occurred, so that was 4. And as a basic numeral, so if we used our calculator, you would get 625. So here's our first set of rules: multiplying and dividing index laws. So when we multiply indices, we add their powers. And when we divide indices, we subtract their powers. So here's our first examples. So we're going to simplify the following. 3m to the 4 times 2m to the 5. 8y to the 6 divided by 2y. And a to the 4b to the 6 times a to the 2b. So let's start with the first one. So firstly, you start with the whole numbers that are out the front. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then we use the properties or the law which said when I multiply, I add my indices. So 4 plus 5 gets me 9. And that gets me 6m to the power of 9. With my second one with the division, so the same thing when we first start. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Then when we divide, we subtract our indices. So y to the 6 divided by y, which has got an imaginary 1. So we do 6 minus 1, which is 5. So that gives me an answer of 4y to the 5. And finally, when we multiply and we've got combination of letters, we do the bases that are the same. We add their indices. So the A's, we're going to add their indices. And the B's, we're going to add their indices. So the A is 4 and 2, 4 plus 2 is 6, and the B is 6 and 1. Remember that second B has an imaginary 1, so 6 plus 1 is 7. Thank you. And a shout out to Darren.